So this bullshit that's happened to me stinks to high heaven to such a degree. It stinks worse than a manure farm. Seriously. And as soon as I'm out of this nightmare and out of state and change my name, I am going to rip apart by name the hospitals that did this to me. Okay? Because I know it is such a bunch of bullshit. But you understand, all auntie has to do is go in front of a judge. Over this past, my sister doesn't like her daughter anymore, and she goes into these hospitals and says she'd be fine if her daughter didn't yell at her. And over this past year, she's been in the hospital 6 times. Oh my God. And you who have been following my fucking videos carefully know exactly why my mom has been in the hospital 6 times over this past year, don't you? And you know exactly how these motherfucking doctors in these hospitals and social workers together have discharged my mom too soon, don't you? And my mom hasn't been right when she's come home, okay? And auntie can conveniently make me the scapegoat, and of course my mom's going to cling to that. But the mom who loved me, wanted me to have everything, and would never have wanted me to be in this situation that I'm in right now. Okay? And she also loves Omar, and loved Omar, and this is just so sick. This is so beyond fucking sick. If anything happens to Omar, I don't have the money to take care of him. He'll just die. My mom would have she would have paid anything to save Omar. I damn well will not sit back like a good little girl and keep my mouth shut. And I damn well will never stop saying how auntie put $53,000 into her own pocket because of the wrongful death of her mentally ill sister, okay? She couldn't help my mom out of the goodness of her heart. She had to get something out of it. She always has to get something out of it to do anything, okay? She does nothing out of the goodness of her heart. And like I said to my attorney yesterday in a message, I understand that I'm mentally ill, okay? But me being mentally ill does not mean I'm unable to determine, based on my observance of her daily behavior, that my mom should not be living alone, period, okay? And I do not think my aunt will make a good guardian for my mother either. And I do not say that because I hate my aunt or how my aunt has treated me. I say that because my mother has repeatedly cried to me, and Selena can back me up on this, my sister doesn't care about me, okay? I say it because actions speak louder than words. You don't call up somebody in a mental hospital instead of asking, how are you doing, your beloved sister. You proceed to bitch and complain to this locked up person about their daughter. You don't call up and complain to someone locked up in a mental hospital about anything that happens in your own fucking life. Even if it wasn't that person's daughter, why does she do this to me, whatever. But that's selfish. And that shows that auntie doesn't really give a shit. She just pretends to. Okay, I observe her behavior. I observe the fact that even when she was my mom's healthcare proxy, my mom was going around saying I was her healthcare proxy. Okay? My mom was on the way to another mental hospital and still signed a thing just a little over a couple months ago, maybe a little less than 3, to make me her healthcare proxy, to have me be the one to have life and death decisions over her, not her sister. Okay? Her sister gets to jump in and be the savior and save the day and make it out that everything's my fault. It's a bunch of hooey. It stinks more than a friggin' manure farm. It's a bunch of fucking hooey. These fucking hospitals fucked up big time. But a judge is just gonna look and see. They don't look carefully because this system is rigged. This country is fucked. Okay? God. And that is why, in case you haven't noticed, these videos, you have like 30 videos prior, okay? I went to the end of the videos. If any of you watching them, that's the end. There's 30 videos before that, okay? I just decided to tell you what I'm doing right now, since I haven't been able to upload my videos as usual because I don't have internet or, I don't have internet, I don't have Comcast or whatever. And I'm waiting patiently for Auntie to make good on her threat to turn off the utilities. She thought I was just going to sit back. That's why the woman down the street's disgusted, too. From the very beginning, she was disgusted with Auntie's little... no one will know if you keep your big mouth shut. No one will know you're living there if you keep your big mouth shut. Bully. Sick. Why can't you put your mother ahead of yourself for a change? Fuck you, bitch. All I was doing was helping my mother. You sitting back and doing absolutely nothing. You have a fucking car, and you didn't even visit her, and she had the clothes on her back for nearly a month in that hospital that wound up discharging her too soon and braless. Goes in there with nothing but the clothes on her back, can't even come home with her good DNK white bra from Macy's. And she was so fucking out of it that everyone was appalled. And I will rip these hospitals apart by name when I'm out of this fucking state. Rip them apart by name. I will say, justifiably. Okay? That bullshit hospital discharged my mom in such a disgusting condition that 2 days later she had to be hospitalized again, sectioned again. And in those 2 days, it was absolute hell for me. She was so out of it and so belligerent and ordering me around and oh my God. And then she goes into this hospital and they wind up doing the same goddamn thing. Sending her home and she's not well at all. And I'm left to deal with it. And then, because I could have, do you understand if I was a selfish bitch? If I was like, I could have easily sectioned her. She was belligerent. She was mouthing off. Marion doesn't care. To Marion, who cares if these hospitals discharge her too soon? If she needs to go back to the hospital the next day and spend another month, we need to do that. And how is that helping my mom? It isn't. But did I do it behind anyone's back? No. Marion was out of the fucking picture. I went to the primary care physician. All the responsibility was on me. This is fucking sick what my Aunt Marion has done to me. And anyone who wants to poison a woman's, their sister against their daughter, while that sister is locked up and hating the daughter simply because they're in there. It's sick in the fucking head. So she's taken everything from me, but she will not have me go along with her little facade and her little bullshit. I'm still trying to preserve that home for your future. It's all a bunch of hooey. Every last thing that comes out of that bitch's mouth is a bunch of hooey. I will never stay silent because I know there's nothing I could have done differently. I was doing everything in my power all by myself to try to help my mother, save my mother from herself, from her insistence that she can live alone, even her insistence that she can live alone and drive again. And this was the end fucking result. Unbelievable to me. Believe me, once I'm out of state, and I get those fucking transcripts, and you will know everything, and you will know what my aunt went in front of that judge, how she got that emergency conservatorship and guardianship of my mother, while my mother was still locked up. You will know exactly what that bitch said. Believe me, that fucking judge, all he has to look at, oh, this poor woman, she keeps getting, because he can't imagine in a million fucking years that these assholes are discharging my mom too soon. To him, it's, oh my God, she comes home perfectly well, and the daughter just drives her nuts and gets her right back into such a bunch of hooey. You guys know, all the experiments these doctors in these mental hospitals did, how they mixed up her meds constantly, how the thing with the lithium toxicity. None of that was my fault. My mom hasn't been right, but Auntie will say to me, whatever, it's a bunch of hooey. It stinks to high heaven worse than a manure farm. Oh my God. All a bunch of hooey. This isn't even remotely, and any of you with half a brain can see it. If you look back on my videos, This isn't even remotely a case of my mom comes home perfectly well from these hospitals and I drive her nuts and she goes back in the hospital, but that's what auntie can make it look like in front of a judge. And she's got the hospital backing her up. Oh yeah, she goes in here and says, I wasn't doing anything to my mom. I was walking on eggshells treating her like with kid gloves. Okay? Oh my God. Poor woman would have easily been sectioned again. Based on the behavior. Even based on the fucking behavior, like I said, you haven't seen that video yet of what happened, the chaos that erupted. How my mom, a week after my mom got discharged from this hospital too soon, after I had told them the other hospital discharged my mom too soon, basically begging them, don't do the same fucking thing, and auntie knows it, okay? Auntie knows it. But she can spin her little tale and her little sob story and whatever, just like he said down the street. And convince a fucking stranger of anything. That's all that judge is that sits there, a fucking stranger. Who doesn't know shit about anything. Just thinks he does. And as I said in the other video, how ironic. Because you guys know damn well that, I was encouraging my mom to go on vacation. Right now, it wouldn't matter if my mom, listen to me, because you know it's the truth. Okay? It wouldn't matter if my mom had $100,000 in the bank, $10,000 in the bank, or $1,000, you understand? It wouldn't matter. It makes no difference to my mom whatsoever. Because she's under someone's control, and it won't matter. She makes enough to live on that won't matter. The money will just sit there. It'll either go to auntie or go to the government, depending on what happens with my mom. But it doesn't make a difference, you understand? It doesn't make a fucking difference. And that is why people who would normally have higher morals, I would imagine, have kicked me figuratively for not taking the money. Because it won't matter. You know what I mean? If I had taken that money, my mom still has the $60,000 401k, which is plenty of money. She's not going to need it. She's not going to spend it on anything. And the mother who loved me would have never, ever in a million years wanted me to be in the situation I'm in now. Me or Omar. She adored my dog. That's why she wanted to pay for his cataract surgery out of her 401k. Which, by the way, in her mentally ill brain, she would always act like that didn't exist. You know what I mean? She would act like the 401k didn't exist. Meanwhile, what's going to happen to it? You know? Anything happens to you, it goes to me. If anything happens, if you wind up in a home, like a nursing home, it goes to the government, or in assisted living, it goes to them. You know what I mean? So it's all just spun around and whatever. It's just bullshit, you know? My mom caring about the money was just in her brain. She's one of those people that wants it in the bank or whatever. And Marion is so fucking obsessed with money. Even the woman who takes care of Angel was like, she wanted you to her to get rid of her dog because it's too expensive. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's all about the money with Marion. Seriously, it's all it's about. Guess what, bitch? You're getting up there in age, and you can't take it with you, you know? Of course it's all about the money. It's all about the money and the power. Because otherwise, why would she be so like, it's only fair, you need to pay the utilities, yeah, so I don't cost my mom a goddamn penny, basically. or you a goddamn penny. Meanwhile, you left me with the clothes on my back. I could have left years ago, even when you were saying that, you know, that my mom was going to pay a certain amount or whatever and help me out, okay? No one was ever, not, you know, it's all just a bunch of hooey. It just stinks to high heaven, people. You just don't understand. Oh, and by the way, I watched the video and you couldn't see my toe, but yesterday I was walking and my big toe was hurting. That's why I said it's getting worse. It started off that it would only hurt like if I pressed it. But no, it's getting worse. Yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit. My lawyer knows. He knows it's a bunch of bullshit. But it doesn't matter, because if there's nothing anyone can do for me unless I was going to fight it, and I'm not going to do that, as I said. But I don't think my aunt will make a good guardian for my mother. And again, I say that based on my observance, my, you know, actions speak louder than words. She basically was able to not want to deal with it anymore, wash her hands of it. She belongs in a nursing home, have that text from her, and then swoop in when the opportunity arose with my mom doing what no one imagined would ever happen, turning viciously on me. But that's not my mom turning on me anyway. You know, it isn't. That is not the mother from those pictures of me and Omar and Angel and etc. What did it tell you? That we went to visit her friend in the nursing home and she screamed at me. Remember, my mom was being a bitch towards me for no reason from the moment, I mean, prior to me telling her, you know, that a good deal of the money was gone, but why, you know? And that's why she starts saying, well, why don't you go back to Donald, and why don't you get a job, why don't you whatever. You can't decide that after the fact, Mom. You know I'm on disability, and so does Auntie. You know I'm living here. We didn't have mine and yours. I wasn't your conservator. We pooled the money, and we lived, period. Okay? I say I wasn't a conservator because they have to account for it or whatever. But, you know, like I said, Auntie took my fucking good I have nothing. Auntie has to take towels that's in the note. I'm taking towels, yeah. But my moms are all crappy old ones that you gave her from her now dead, when her sister went from her sister living apartment, I guess, into a nursing home or something, I don't know. But anyway, everything is old in my mom's. All the furniture, the bed I'm sleeping on is 22 years old. It all came from the dead person that died here and left Auntie everything. Her good friend. Just like that old mentally ill man who was her good friend. My mom used to say to me, she spends all her time with him. She cares only about him. I know, Mom. I know. And in the end, you made your choice. Hope you live happily ever after with her. You repeatedly were telling me he doesn't care about you, crying to me. Selena knows it. Selena knows it. Selena would say stuff to me like, I'm sure it hurts your mom, you know, to think that her sister doesn't care about her. I know. But anyway, $75,000 in my mom's and can't spring for towels. Accidentally grabbed my towel because all my moms were crappy. But she didn't have to take towels at all. She could have said, leave your mom out 2 towels. She could have 20, she could have all the towels. I'd rather her take all my mom's towels than have taken my leopard print towel, okay? You understand? But she doesn't care. Just like she opens my bedroom door when she's here. What right did she have to do that? And how do you know she did that? Because when I got in the fight with her or whatever, which you'll find out in the other video, you live like a pig. Your room's a shithole. What right do you have to open my bedroom door? And what right did you have to take my lotion that was on the shelf? Oh, you have $75,000 of my mom's money and can't spring for lotion? You fucking cheap bitch. Jesus. No, because she was saying, oh, you'll never leave. Oh, my God. I can't get out of here fast enough. You left me with no way to leave, Marianne. You understand? You know damn well my mom my mom was always going to give me money to start a new life. You left me with penniless, so I can't leave. Don't fucking say I don't want to leave. I can't. I would be already out of here. I could have been out of here if I didn't have such friggin' whatever. I could have just brought myself to take the money and take my chances, or even take part of it. I didn't. This whole thing makes me so ill. I wasn't going to have her be able to say even more stuff about me. When Elder Services was called and the hospital told them they agreed to back off, the hospital told them I was seeking guardianship and they agreed to back off. Bullshit! If Elder Services was called, it was hospital that called. Drop the facade, you fucking deceitful bitch. There's nobody in the outside world that called Elder Services. They wouldn't even know my mom was in that hospital, as you had pointed out to me in an old text. I've learned my lesson not to tell them, you know. They would never know. They're not allowed to. You understand? It's called HIPAA rights. The hospital is not, they're not allowed to tell the Elder Services where no one's allowed to tell them where my mom is or anything. So it's all just a bunch of bullshit. Basically, the people that set me up to take the fall because they discharged my mom too soon and I was desperate to have her not go again back to back, be 3 hospitals back to back. Was doing everything in my power to prevent that, and I was putting up with her shit, whereas I could have probably called the police and got her section based on her friggin' behavior. Believe me. Okay? Or I should have just let her go back to, and she would have probably dug her own grave, because she doesn't know any better. If she'll mouth off to me and belligerent and you know, her therapist one time, she mouthed off to him, she was instantly in another mental hospital, and they are not going to care that she just got out of one 2 days ago, 3 days ago, a week ago, okay? They feel like she should, you know, so I couldn't win. I was trying to save my mom, and in the end, I have no mom. I mean, it's unbelievable. And no one can say I was trying to save her so I could live with her and keep mooching off of her. Because I have proof, the lawyer and the woman I talked to at the assisted living. That's not living off my mom. That's her selling off every fucking thing. Yeah, I would have what she's always wanted me to have, because they didn't need every penny. He told me how much they would need, okay? A small amount to start a new life, as my mom would always have wanted me to have. And then the rest would go to the assisted living. The 401k, sell off the house, the money in the bank, everything. Okay? I was trying to save my mother from herself and her delusion that she could live alone. And meanwhile, what is she doing now? For all intents and purposes, living alone. Because auntie's hatred of me and unbelievable arrogance makes her just automatically think I can't possibly determine that my mother should not live alone, and also makes her blame me for all her sister's problems or whatever. It's a bunch of bullshit. God. Such a bunch of bullshit, all of this. Unreal. Unfucking believable. Unbelievable. This is just unbelievable. Auntie thinks I want to stay. Oh my God. Just because she says she won't. Do you really think she took my fucking lotion, my pomegranate lotion that was out there? You understand? Do you really think I want to be here when I know she can legally come into this house whenever she wants to without even warning me? Are you fucking kidding me? Remember, this isn't landlord-tenant. She could come in here Just because she says she won't doesn't matter. She can. Just the fact that she can. If any of you are non-ignorant, can you imagine what that does to me, to know that she can waltz in here whenever she wants to without even warning me? And if I had her locked out, she can legally get a locksmith and come in here. Now, she'd be coming in here for no reason, and I am free to walk outside so she can't, torment me verbally or whatnot. Or chase me around the house like she did in 2009 and saying this and that, all horrible things about me. Okay? When my mom was locked up and she's a power of attorney. I can come in here whenever I want. I have power of attorney. Go fuck yourself. I am thankfully not the only one on this planet who instantly sees through your fucking bullshit, auntie. Instantly. Took my fucking lotion. Unreal. She did it because she could, She took my leopard towel. And then I left her the box. The only reason I kept the cable box because she had taken the keys the week before, and as you'll find out in another video, she passes the box. I wasn't told to leave the keys. No, you weren't paying attention. You were so excited that you could come over here sooner than Monday because I didn't read your fucking note, that you didn't pay attention to the fact, don't take the keys. Because I know the woman who takes care of Angel. I had to write down what to say to you, and she read it back to me, bitch. Didn't even have to come Thursday, but she damn well did. She was dying to get her hands on that money. Meanwhile, I didn't leave it out, but she found it, I'm sure she opened up my bedroom door that day, too. Oh, and then she insists that, that's dog shit on the kitchen floor. She just makes me out to be scum, It's so easy for her to fucking go in front of a judge and spin this tale and whatnot and have the hospital backing her up, the same hospital that discharged my mom too soon, and makes it look like my poor mother, she was perfectly fine, and now she's sick again 6-7 weeks later. I know. You fucking deceitful cunt. You know damn well because you told them don't discharge my mom. And you weren't involved in me desperately trying to keep my mom from instantly winding up in another hospital, so it would be 3 hospitals back to back. Oh, sick bitch. I will get the fucking transcripts, but I won't read them until I'm fucking out of this state and have my name changed and everything else. I hope nothing happens to you, Omar, because I won't have the money to save you and you'll just wind up dead. I'll have to accept that, too. I always knew, it's one thing I always knew, if anything happened to Omar, my mom would take care of him. Because she had the money to do it. And money, money never meant anything to her when it comes to whatever, It's just in her illness money's going to mean something to her because she couldn't grasp the concept of the 401k. I mean, she really couldn't. She couldn't grasp the concept of it. To her, it's that money, but because it's not in a bank, it's not really her money. Yes, it is. You could, without penalty, withdraw it all right now if you wanted to and put it in the bank. You would just have a huge tax thing. It's just a bunch of, it's all spun around or whatever. It's all about money in this world, whatever, Something happens to my dog, no one's going to save him. He's 10 years old, they'll just let him die. And I sure won't have the money to save him. I'm penniless. got the fuck out of here, like Selena's been telling me. Should have just abandoned my mom. You never would have wound up in this situation, that's for damn sure. My mom had always wanted me to have the world. And, you know, when she was insisting on her independence, she sure as fuck. Selena can back me up. That's why Selena's like, I'd sign under oath all the everything your mom wanted you to have. She would never want you to be in the situation you're in. Because again, she wasn't poor. You understand? I'm using past tense now. Because Auntie can be her little, that's not my house, it's your mother's house. Oh, bullshit, Auntie. Come on, drop the facade. Drop the facade. Okay? Whoever is guardian conservator, be it you or the government, it's your fucking house. My mother no longer owns anything. All the money, everything belongs to somebody else. Okay? Sorry, baby. I wasn't born yesterday. I know you wish I were. Wish I was. Wish I were born yesterday. Unfucking believable. Unbelievable. But I documented everything. Obviously I know the names of all these hospitals. She was in each one twice. You understand? This one twice in a row. The other one twice in a row. Not twice in a row. Twice, but not in a row. The other two were mixed up, not in a row. Oh no. Oh no, it was that one, those two in a row, that one again. The first time she was in that one that discharged her wages, and the second time was that different doctor, and she wasn't discharged too soon. She came home okay, but remember, it was the experiment with just the woman. My mom, for years and years and years, since 2009, had always been on more than one antipsychotic. This woman didn't believe in giving a patient more than one antipsychotic, had my mama just on Zyprexa, and as you know, Nurse Ratchet was justifiably concerned about that, but at least we tried it. Everyone was happy, you know, thought my mom could be just okay on just that one, and it wasn't enough. But that wasn't my fault, you know. But again, Auntie could spin it all around. Oh my God, my poor sister, she keeps winding up in these hospitals. She lives with her daughter who drives her nuts and yells at her all the time, and that's why she keeps winding up in these hospitals, you fucking deceitful cunt! Oh, I can only imagine what she said to get that emergency stuff from that judge. Only imagine. Like I said, in this life, there's always at least two sides to every story, and sometimes there's more. A lot of times there's more than two sides. And a judge is only going to see the surface of things, okay? He's never ever, or she's never ever going to know the truth. Wouldn't care anyway. Guarantee you, wouldn't give a shit about the truth. Most people don't care about the fucking truth. If I get sick, Omar's screwed. You understand? If I get sick, he's screwed. Wind up in a fucking shelter. Where he'll maybe find a good home because he's so cute, or maybe we'll be put to sleep. I don't know. I'm just saying. That is what will happen. I don't have any money. If I get sick, that's it. I lose Omar, I lose everything. I mean, on top of losing everything, including my mom. At Christmas time, I also will lose my dog if I get sick. And that means physically sick or mentally sick. That's it. I lose Omar if I get physically or mentally sick. So, take that, world. Unreal. This is so unfucking believably sick what has happened to me. Unfucking believably sick. So in case you haven't realized it, I don't want to lose Omar. So, despite what I said in other videos, I can say whatever. I can say I'd let my mom's pipes burst, but you know I wouldn't do that. Where would I go? You know what I mean? I could say whatever. So let auntie do her worst. You know, it's such a bunch of bullshit, all of it. I just won't let myself get sick. If I get sick, that's it. I've lost Omar. You understand? I've lost him if I get sick. I've lost him for good. It won't be my decision. I basically just have to not get sick, right? Just have to hold on until I can save up enough money to get the fuck out of here. Selena's like, why do you stay? Do you not understand, Selena, that it'll cost me $2,000 just to ship my stuff wherever I'm going? Right now I have about 700 something in my name. 800, something like that. Of which my mom and I technically owe the lawyer about 6. If he bills me, he has every right to. I don't know if he will, but I know he must feel sorry for me, 'cause he knows. He knows the truth versus auntie's endless lies and half-truths. Couldn't even take the sweater and CD and little bunch of toiletries I left for my mom. Couldn't even take them. Left him out of spite. Purely out of spite. No, not based on her treatment of me. Because she could hate me and dote on her sister left and right, based on everything my mom would say to me, including how auntie my mom would say it, and I know, Mom, what do you want me to do about it? all she does is care about insert name of that old man who ultimately, again, he's my friend. Yeah, but he left you Lord knows what, auntie, in the end. You're not going to tell the truth about what he really left you. It's always about, oh, you're helping. You don't do anything out of the goodness of your heart. Because if you did, you would have helped your sister with that. It was only if you guys could split whatever money amounted at the end. Could have been nothing, but so what? You didn't invest your whole life into it. You could have helped your mentally ill sister and out of the goodness of your heart and let her keep all the money, but you didn't. But anyway, she was doting on that guy who was her friend, yeah, like you'd ever be friends with this old crazy man, you know. If you weren't hoping for something out of it in the end. It's just like you left me. She belongs in, you know, nothing until you saw the opportunity to get something out of it. You can sugarcoat it all you want, just like they say, you put a dress and makeup on a pig, it's still a pig. And that's for my mom constantly getting sick. As you guys know, my mom so fragile over this like, she's only been getting worse. And of course, Auntie makes me the scapegoat. It's all my fault. We've already established that. Everything's my fault, okay? My mom's so fragile. As you guys know, my cousin coming here with her son was a perfect example of that, okay? I wasn't telling my mom to not like my cousin who was doing nothing but being nice to my mom. But my mom can't even deal with me explaining to my mom what my cousin has done to me and why I want nothing to do with her, that she's treating me badly. My mom can't accept that, okay? And that wound up leading, my mom's so fragile that the slightest thing can cause her to have a breakdown. You get it? That wound up leading into another breakdown a few days later. But my mom's breakdowns come on suddenly, and Auntie knows that. And that's another reason why she's taken a huge risk based on everything I've observed with my mom getting worse and worse, and the breakdown intensifies that she's taken a huge risk having my mom, for the most part, for all intents and purposes, live alone. If my mom's in her own apartment cooking on her own, she's living alone. I don't care if Auntie's upstairs or whatnot. She's living alone. It'd be one thing if Auntie had taken her into her home and to live with her and her husband. She would never do that, okay? This is a different situation. Exactly what I was saying to my mom constantly. You can't live alone. I was saying it to other people who agreed with me, okay? And they were saying it to me, is what Auntie offered to my mom. And like I said, if anything bad happens, she can't say she was not warned. Because her arrogance causes her to think that I can't possibly determine, you know, observe my mom's behavior day after day, week after week, month after month, and reach my own conclusions that are valid. Someone won't let her get sick, Omar. I will lose you. You'll wind up in a fucking shelter and then I really will have absolutely nothing in this life. And thus will really begin my downward spiral. Yeah, like I said in the other video, irony. At the very end, my mom wasn't concerned about money at all. She and I were supposed to go on vacation together. We didn't get to do that. Or she was supposed to go visit her friend for a month, the one whose husband died of cancer. That woman never got back. You know, all the things I wanted my mom to do, because she's up there in age, and I knew that she wasn't long for, you know, she got to do none of it. And like I said, right now it wouldn't make a damn bit of difference regarding my mom's care or whatnot if she had $10 in the, because she gets her a good amount every month. She gets way more than, she gets enough to live on, and then some, okay? So, it wouldn't matter. The money in the bank doesn't matter. It's just money, you know. Wouldn't matter if she had $5, $10, $100, $1,000. It wouldn't matter. It makes no difference. And that is because she gets her pension, so she gets plenty to live on every month, okay? So, it just doesn't matter. It's all a bunch of hooey. All a bunch of just bullshit and smoke and mirrors and all that crap that Joe taught me. This that happened to me was just plain wrong. Unfucking-believably wrong. What did I do with my juice? Let's see what I do with my juice, people. I don't remember drinking it. No, Auntie's pissed that I don't buy into her facade. Oh, and by the way, you guys, unless you just can't even imagine. I could sit in front and tell a therapist this, and it just, if you haven't lived it, you just don't know. You just can't imagine. Auntie can so conveniently accuse me of causing my mom's breakdowns. My mom's so fragile, she can't handle anything. Can't even handle me explaining to her why I'm not going to have anything to do with my cousin the last night my cousin's here, because my cousin treated me like shit. I'm not telling my mom not to care about her family. I'm just saying she has to understand. But she's nice. Why don't you like her? I don't understand why, you know. So Auntie can spin that around too. Basically, I'm just supposed to not matter at all. That's why Auntie's little, you know, why don't you put your mom ahead of yourself? Oh, fuck you. My mom was crying to me all the time that all you cared about was that old man. She never wants to even pay attention to me. All she cares about is him. And just in general, saying she doesn't care about me. And then she gets to jump in and save the day and look like the savior and look like the hero. Yeah. But you do nothing out of the goodness of your heart, Auntie, ever. Okay? You've washed your hands of it. She belongs in a nursing home. You handle it. You're the healthcare proxy. I'm busy. I have texts from her. I need to do this with my son. I need to do this with his wife. This has happened and that has happened. Go fuck yourself, Auntie. And then the minute you get to look like the hero and get something out of it at the same time, you jumped. Oh, you jumped so fucking high. Jumped for joy. And now you're pissed that I can see right through your bullshit and I'm not the only one. myself all those old soups and stuff, because my mom, I would make all those homemade soups, and my mom and I would eat them, you know, and then we get sick of them after 2 or 3 days, and then I put them in the freezer, so. I'm going to live off of those this winter. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, or Happy Holidays, as the case may be, people. I hope you guys who are nice are doing a lot better in this life than I am. Oh, God. I noticed in the other video you couldn't see my toe, so I'm sitting there talking about it, but you couldn't see it. I forget where I was sitting where you couldn't see it, so you might not be able to see it now. Oh, and I know what happened. I mean, I don't know what happened exactly, but similar has happened. Remember, I've been sleeping on this couch, and it's not, you know, I'm tall enough. I mean, the couch is long enough for me, but remember, I get Omar at my feet, and I remember one night, my toe was constricted from the double socks, which I can't even wear the double sock with this now, but and I felt it do something, but I was sound asleep, so it probably was cutting off something for quite some time, and it woke up hurting. But yeah, it's tender, and I don't know if you could see it, and if I pressed on the bottom of the nail, it hurts really bad, like that, sharp pain, or if I press to the side, like that, kills. Up the top, no. Down here, no. It's right at the bottom of this nail at this side here. But yeah, there's something going on with it. Yesterday it was killing me walking. I'm like, fuck! I'm in the size 12 sneakers, and I didn't even wear double socks. Which is alright, you know, as long as I'm not like power walking or something. But yeah, there's something going on with the toe. Something going on with the toe. What that something is, I don't know. It is something. It's not made up in my head. It's also something I've never experienced before, so yeah, there's something. Don't know what. Who knows what it is? One of the things they say possibilities is an infection, you know? And it's just a gradual thing. Well, it'll get worse and worse. It's not going to get better, I don't think. I have to get it checked out. Such bullshit. Library just uploads these videos so fucking slow. In the past, libraries have actually, like in California when I was uploading videos or whatever, it just depends on whatever, I don't know. I just know that there were times that I was on public computers and they uploaded really fast, faster than my home computer. That's why I decided to give you the end videos, but you'll know the whole story when you watch my other 30. It's just that it's going to be slow to get them to you. You find out exactly what's been going on. I made the executive decision to give you the last videos, like this one I'm creating today, Christmas Eve. And most people are out just filled with joy and looking forward to the holidays and having a blast. And normally my mom would be with me because, like I said, their family thing on my side always took place not on Christmas. Now that my mom's there, oh yeah, Auntie's gonna put on a good show. She's gonna dote on her sister left and right and make her feel so loved and whatnot. Something she wasn't doing at all, and Selena knows that. Selena would say to me, well, how do you think it must make your mom feel to think her sister doesn't care about her? Yeah. It makes me ill. Oh, it makes me so fucking ill. I won't stay silent. Auntie can do her worst to me and I won't stay silent. I will never stay silent. Because I know it is so wrong on multiple levels. All of this, what's happened to me, it's just so wrong. Omar! He's not gonna come. Got up and fed him. My old man, dog, blind in one eye, gonna go blind in the other eye. Come here, honey. Come here, Mama's old man. Come here. You did come. Come here. I'm so paranoid he's gonna get a corneal ulcer again. Like the vet told me, because he's a pug and because his age and whatever, he can get them just for no reason. But remember, he's blind in one eye, which means he can poke himself in that eye where he's blind. Let me look. Look at Mama. Look at Mama. Look at Mama. Come here. Come here, please. See, I don't know. I don't know if that I'm seeing. Because remember, I didn't know what a corneal ulcer was. I just noticed his eye was turning green or something. But I don't know now if that's cataracts or if that's another corneal ulcer there. You know what, I don't know. You know what I mean? He can poke his eye so easily because he's blind in that eye. If something happens to him, do you think I'll just let him die? You think I'm going to take him to the vets and spend all my money and then be back to zero again? I'd say right now I have about $800. I don't know. See, I don't know if that's... I don't know how to tell. That's the thing. Look at Mama. Look at Mama. His eyes are so funky. Look at Mama. Look at Mama. Come here. Look at Mama, honey. There's no way for me to tell. It would have to get worse for me to know that something was going on. I can't tell. I don't know if that's what the cataracts look like. I don't know if that's... I just don't know. My life's been plunged into nightmare. But not pure nightmare, no, just bearable nightmare, just... You'd have to be living it to understand. Terrible nightmare. Like Joe says, a lot of people go through a lot worse. You're right, Joe. Of course they do. The fact that people are going through a lot worse never can cause you, when you're going through shit, to just, oh, I'm going to be happy because, you know, life doesn't work that way. And as we've already established, I'm hanging on by a thread. And if I didn't have him, I would have gone back to the shelter. In a heartbeat. At least I'd have people to talk to, and I'd be around other people, and, you know. Whereas here I'm just alone. No TV, no internet, just alone. Alone with my thoughts. Living with the but I don't have a mother anymore. Just for the record, no one in the outside world knows. What I mean by that is, I don't know. I still say goodbye to the bus drivers and smile and hide. You know what I mean? I hide it. No one would ever know. It could even imagine what's going on with me. Most people couldn't imagine it because it's just so ridiculous. But I want that noted. I don't take it out on other people. I don't even know how to. I just act like everything's fine. Joke with the librarians. You know what I mean? I don't. You know? It's Christmas time. It's just. I just pretend. Just pretend. Great pretender, Ella. LP, the great pretender. Able to hide her pain from the world. Right? Mama, hide her pain from the world. The world doesn't want to know anyway. Thank God for my YouTube channel. The world doesn't want to know. They just want to say hi, and you say hi back, and everything's fine, and you could be dying inside, but they don't want to know. You don't want to ruin anything. You don't want to ruin the Christmas. Yeah, those are clothes that need to be washed. Clothes that need to go to charity. I won't be going out at all. Might cheaply drink once in a while like I've done all along, but I mean just and listen to my music and walk around, but I won't be going out. In no mood to go out for myself. And as usual, I can't respond to any of my personal ads or whatnot because I've never been able to. I find it so amusing. Like I said, once in a while I've had guys write to me, "You're so beautiful, you bet you hear that all the time, blah blah blah," whatever. And meanwhile, I'm dealing with absolute hell because my mom's right smack dab in the middle of a major breakdown. So I had a guy say something like that to me when my mom was in that worst breakdown ever, the one that you know preceded me telling Auntie I knew that she had told my mom to lie about the money and this, that, whatever, and et cetera, and say all this crap to Auntie and leave the notes, and then my mom had destroyed her own house, and then Auntie got to say that I did it, and my mom conveniently couldn't remember. That was one of those times Auntie calls up my mom, who's locked up in a mental hospital, and starts screaming at my mom. Auntie has no qualms about doing that. Poor woman's locked up in a mental hospital. Auntie was screaming at her. My mom told me. Screaming at her about me. So remember, in my family's eyes, I'm crazy. Auntie's the most wonderful person, as she pointed out during that live. I could find 100 people to vouch for me. My cousin, Auntie turned over all that crap. She was so happy to escape from that lawsuit and have no one go after her and whatnot. She turned over everything. And in it was the wonderful, wonderful letter that one of my cousins wrote, you know, in support of Auntie and how Auntie took care of her mom when her mom was dying and all this crap. So, oh yeah, in my family, Auntie is the queen. She's the most wonderful person. I am crazy, and anything I ever do or say against Auntie derives from my insanity, my mental illness. Because Auntie's nothing but this wonderful, wonderful person. Blind dog. Your mama's blind baby, huh? And mama's had since you were 7 weeks old. You were the size of your head. You were the size of your head. He went up on the pile of clothes. Uh-oh. Scratching in his ear. Does that mean he has ear infection? If something happens to him, I'll spend every penny, and then I'll be back to zero, you know? And then spend every penny that happens, you know, that I have to. That my stupid enemies are still posting. I guess it gives them satisfaction to post even though I'm not reading them. I'm just deleting them without reading them. Or it's actually on YouTube, it's called remove on that page. The comment's there and I just remove it. So it never publicly posts. No one could read it but me, and I don't read it. And the asshole took a picture from my Flickr page, my old boyfriend, my college boyfriend, and used that as the avatar. So that instantly tells me it's my enemy. I wasn't sure at first. But you use that picture, and I know you're one of my enemies, so I'm not, I see the picture and I delete the comment, remove the comment without reading it, so what's the point of writing it? I don't understand. I wouldn't want to write a comment to someone that I know is not going to read the comment. It's pointless. Unless he thinks I'm lying and that I'm just saying I'm not reading them, but I really am not. I'm removing them without reading them. So the only way these assholes who still can watch my videos but can't torment me because I won't read their comments anymore and allow them to torment me. These assholes to torment me. The only thing they could ever do where they know that someone would read their comment is to reply to someone who's already written a comment to me. Because as my friend Karen learned, I can't control that. I cannot approve that comment, but it already goes to the person it was in reply to. That's an automatic thing. It has nothing to do with me. But I don't have to post or read or post a comment. But it still goes to its recipient automatically. That's the only way my enemies can still directly affect somebody out on my channel. They can communicate with another one of my enemies back and forth like Stony and False Alarmist used to do. Again, I don't want to prove the comments, but they can talk back amongst each other. Or they can write something derogatory about me to somebody who's written something nice about me, like one of my online friends or something. They can do that. But they're not going to be able to directly torment me because I'm not reading comments. Ever again. That was weird. I don't know if it's because they're a different kind of sneaker. They have a higher, in whatever you call it, I forget what it's called. New Balance describes it, instep or something, whatever it has. These sneakers are New Balance and they have a higher, and the Saucony have a lower. And my foot's used to walking in the Saucony that are actually starting to rip. I don't know how long they lasted me, but I was wearing them all the time. But walking in the Saucony the day before yesterday, I was fine. And then yesterday, walking in these, my toe was killing me. I don't know what's up with that. It's all fucked. Mama's getting closer and closer to where we'll get to sleep in my room in the bed again, Holmes. Instead of on that couch, which isn't exactly the most comfortable thing, just because it's not room, you know what I mean? I'm big, and he's got to be there too, and it's, you know. Common sense dictates it's a hell of a lot more comfortable for both of us in my queen-size bed than on that fucking couch, you know. Where he and I have been sleeping for probably a couple months now.